Will anybody ever love me?
When is Jesus coming back?
Why doesn't the earth fall down?
Why is my father naked?
Should they? No. Can they? Yes. But I would argue that it would be in their best interest to not make a profit off of that or charge for that, as I think that user-created content for video games is a pretty heavy advertisement for the video game, obviously, but when you think about it, if you stream a movie, the user has ultimately gotten what they wanted out of that. They want to see the movie, they don't really need to buy it. Same thing with music, usually. Somebody wants to hear a song, they hear it, there's really no incentive to buy it because they've gotten that purpose out of it. But with a video game, when a viewer is watching another user play a video game or maybe spoof on it or whatever the case may be, they're not getting the full experience of playing the video game. They're just getting kind of like a sneak peek. Like, this is what it would be like to play the video game, but they're not actually 100% playing it. So it's almost like a demo in a way, a demo for the video game. And I feel like if they started charging for that, then users would obviously either not be able to afford or just would not be willing to stream it or use that game in their services, and therefore it would cut down on the advertising for that game. No, I don't believe that it's in the publisher's interest to charge for that, but they have almost every right to if they wanted to pursue that.
Sure. I guess. It's their intellectual property. They can really do what they want. Should they do it? Hell no. I think that is one of the most asinine things I've ever heard. Game publishers, why you like free advertising? I mean, that's really what it is. A lot of these gamers out there that are doing these Let's Plays, or say myself streaming on Twitch, whatever, do this because they love the game and they want to show it off to a bigger crowd. I can't tell you how many times I've actually bought a game or sold games due to live streams or YouTube videos and that kind of thing. I guess if Nintendo wants to be the first one to start, I guess, spending money on their own marketing and their own YouTube channels and their own production and their own things for these games, well, then that's on them. But bottom line, it's stupid. It's just going to kind of, I don't know, look ugly in the eyes of the consumer and the community. I think it's all in all a bad move. As said, I mean, they can do what they want. It's their property, but I just don't think it's a great idea.
Publishers should really consider this as sort of free advertising for their games. A lot of times, people watch these games being played on YouTube and then go out and buy them themselves. And unfortunately, there's no real hard numbers to back that up because there's no way to really confirm that that happens. But we all know that it does, in fact, happen. And if a YouTuber is going to make a video between two games and one of them earns them less money because of the publisher, you can bet that they're going to choose the other one. And then their audience isn't going to see that Nintendo game or whatever it is being played. And then there goes that free advertising.
The prestige and exposure that Let's Play players and gameplay walkthroughs generate has become such an ingrained part of culture, of current video game culture that is, that it's almost unheard of not to try to share or stream something that you're playing. And that's exactly why, that seems to be the entire philosophy of the PlayStation 4 that we know so far about. Nintendo is being sort of regressive and a little bit greedy. It's short-sighted, to be honest.
To a certain extent, I think it's a question of what you value more. Do you value the possible revenue stream from these very popular videos that are using your characters and your content, or do you prefer to get the increased marketing through word of mouth and so forth? And right now, at this point in time, they're getting both. The publishers that are choosing to profit from this. For right now, that's happening. In the long term, I think the most popular YouTube creators, the ones that have a great voice, that have developed a legion of followers behind them, you're putting them in a position where they have to make a choice now. They have to choose between playing a game solely because they love it and playing a game because they can profit from it now, and they're making livings doing this. So I think what will wind up happening is over the course of time, and more publishers are going to get on board with doing this. It's not just going to be Nintendo, but we're going to see more of those companies get on board with that, and we're going to see less of their games in the catalog of the big Let's Players. Those people are going to probably play games that make them money. And so I think it would be wise for publishers to consider whether or not they have a marketing budget that supports the idea that they don't need or want or care about free marketing in the form of user-generated content videos. Because the very best ones won't do it.
Yes, Nintendo have the rights to their own games, and you would imagine having the rights to obviously their own IPs means that they can claim any money from someone that is monetizing a Let's Play or any other kind of YouTube video. It does seem out of step with the way that a lot of video games are being consumed through Let's Play videos on YouTube, through streaming, and especially when that functionality is going to be built into at least the PS3 and I would imagine the next Xbox as well. It seems that the social sharing side of playing video games is going to be the future, at least for the near future. It does seem out of step with the way video games are going that Nintendo would want to get their share of the YouTube money that's being generated by these Let's Play videos. It seems to be a bit of a slippery slope. It's, why not get cuts of t-shirts and jewellery and things like that sold on Etsy? I mean, it's still IP rights. People are making money from these things. Can't imagine it's a lot of money, but if you're willing to go down one path, why not explore them all? So I don't think publishers, not just Nintendo, any publisher should have their cut of someone's YouTube revenue from a Let's Play video, but at the same time, I can't see why publishers wouldn't stop. I mean, it's not as if they've been shy and trying to get money from people before. This just seems like another avenue.
A game publisher absolutely has the right to earn a profit off of user-created content that involves their games. Anytime that you use copyright material to turn a profit, rights need to be secured, and most likely some sort of royalties are going to need to be paid. It happens literally everywhere else in entertainment. Nintendo is certainly within its rights to make claims against Let's Play videos if it doesn't want its games featured. Now that being said, I don't think that this is the war that Nintendo wants to wage. Let's Plays are a brilliant form of advertising and marketing. They reach tens and hundreds of thousands of people. I think they can only help business, increase sales, and enhance brand loyalty. I can't fault a company for wanting complete control of their brand and content, but I think that Let's Plays do far and away more good than harm. The people that make these videos, they're generally beloved by their audience. I think it will garner a lot of ill will if companies try to take them down and hurt them. The only way I can see this being reasonable on Nintendo's behalf is if they want to make their own Let's Plays in-house to capitalize on the popularity. And even if this is the case, I can't see them having the same charm and appeal as they do from YouTube contributors.
So as someone with an education in marketing, the only way I know how to react to this, to Nintendo claiming revenue on Let's Plays, is to say, what are you doing? Don't do it. It's not too late to change your mind. The short-term gains on this might be really, really tempting. I mean, yes, you're getting direct revenue. You can measure that. Everyone wants that. But it's not going to be worth it in the end, not even close. What Nintendo's getting through these Let's Plays is free advertising, and not only that, it's the best kind of advertising. It's from a trusted source, in other words, not Nintendo, and taking that incentive away from people like this to make that content, you're denying the opportunity for them to spread the word, and word does spread, especially for some of these channels that are absolutely massive on YouTube. The creators will move on, they'll do other games. There are plenty of games that do let you monetize on Let's Plays. Actually, Reddit recently compiled the list, and there's more than you might think. Some people will continue doing this for the love of it. There always will be people like that, but that's not gonna sustain anyone who is doing this as a primary or secondary source of income. And more than that, in my eyes, this chips away at that perception that Nintendo is one of the good guys. Yes, they're a business, but they can be a business and still make smart decisions, and I feel like this is a huge missed opportunity for them.